So today we are going to be doing a Clash Royale tier list, but we're going to be doing it live and getting my chat involved. So with this tier list, my opinion does not matter at all. Everything is going to be decided by my chat.
Making a big mistake.
This could be really interesting. So here's our tier list, 6 different tiers, S through F, S tier being the best and the F tier the worst. First up, we have the Zap spell. Chat, let's come to a consensus. How good do we think it is? What I'm seeing off the chat, it's honestly kind of split between B and A. But you know what? I'm going to put Zap into the A tier, all right? I think Zap is an incredibly solid spell. Definitely deserving of the A tier, all right? It is worse than Log, a little worse than Snowball even if you ask me. I think A tier is a good spot for it, you know? Next up, we have one of my personal favorite cards, Zappies. I love the Zappies, but I want to know what the rest of the chat thinks about Zappies. I'm seeing mostly B tier. A little bit of A tier in there, but some B tier as well. I agree with the people saying B tier. I kind of vibe with that. Zappies in the B tier. They're a very good defensive card, but they still do have their weaknesses because they do not have a lot of HP. My second favorite card in the game, the Battle Healer. Don't be too hard on her, chat. Please don't be too hard on her. I know what you guys are going to say. I mean, to be frank, F tier is where she belongs. Battle Healer sucks. I mean, it's usable in Elixir Golem, but even Elixir Golem is hardly usable. Next up, we have the Battle Ram, frequently seen in Pekka bridge spam. What do you think about the Battle Ram, chat? Battle Ram is the definition of like average to slightly below average. I'm actually seeing mostly D's for the Battle Ram. This is really hard to gauge. We're gonna put the Battle Ram in C. I'm seeing quite a few C's as well. Next up, we have the Bomb Tower. How do we feel about the Bomb Tower? A lot of B tiers for Bomb Tower. That's interesting. I personally would think Bomb Tower is more C, but if chat thinks B, then I'll put it in B. Next up, we have the recently buffed Golden Knight. The Golden Knight previously did suck, but they buffed it. It's safe to say that it's back in the meta again. How do we feel about it? A lot of B's, a lot of A's, a lot of S. I'm seeing mostly A's. We're gonna do that. Golden Knight A tier. Not quite S tier. It's really good. It's really good. 2 Elixir Bomber. My favorite cycle card. The Bomber gives you like so much value for 2 Elixir. Kind of crazy what it does. This one has a lot of mixed results. That's fair. For those of you that are saying A tier, might as well. Let's go for it. Next up, we have Bowler. Cannon card. And now we have the Clone Spell. Clone Spell is interesting. Very interesting. Oh, I hate this card. Clone S. If your opponent doesn't have like arrows or like a lot of splash damage, Clone can be S. But I'm seeing a lot of D's. Yeah, I can agree with that. I'd put Clone's the D tier card, I would think. Yeah. All right. Next up, we have the Dark Prince, the Mr. Cheesy, Easy Breezy. All right. A lot of B's, a lot of A's, even a few S's. Dark Prince in secret is the S tier card. I'll put it in A tier. Seeing mostly A's. Next up, we got the Dart Gobby. How are we feeling about this bait card that makes me feel oh so frustrated? S? Why are you guys saying S? What? A lot of S, a lot of A, and a lot of B. Now I'm seeing mostly B and A. I'll put it in A. If that's what you guys think, I'll put it in A. The newly buffed Archers. Whenever I see this card, it makes me want to cry. But I want to know what you all think about the Archers. In a lot of B, a few C's, a few D's. It's like better than the Cannon though. So like, I'll do that. All right, next up, we got the Earthquake that recently just received an emergency nerf. Even with that emergency nerf, Earthquake has been pretty good for a while. I'm seeing mostly A for Earthquake, I think. And I think that's fair post nerf. All right, next up, we have my favorite dragon, the Electro Dragon. How we feeling about the E-Drag? All right, I'm seeing a lot of B. Mainly B and C is what I'm seeing. I think C is fair. Next up, we have a card, ladies and gentlemen. A card known as the Mirror. A card that Clash Royale recently just balanced. So that way it made level 16 cards a reality. How do we feel about the Mirror? I'm seeing mostly S tier. Is the Mirror going to be our first S tier card? That's what chat seems to think. S tier. Mirror is the first S tier card of the day. The Mirror is now the bane of my existence. I already hated playing against log bait, but Mirror just made log bait better, and it also made it so that way my Barbarian Barrel can't kill level 16 goblins. It is pay. Electro Giant. They reworked it to be 7 Elixir, but they nerfed its stats. How do we feel about the Electro Giant? This one is very polarizing. I mean, I'm seeing S tiers, I'm seeing A tiers. I'm seeing F tiers and D tiers. I think I've seen one of every tier for Electro Giant. But even within all that, I'm seeing a lot of B. I think B is fair for the E Giant. Next up, we have the newest champion in Clash Royale, the Mighty Miner. Recently just got emergency buffed because it was pretty weak before. Let's see what you guys think. I'm seeing a lot of A's. I personally wouldn't have said A. I'm seeing mostly A tiers for Mighty Miner. That's what chat says. That's what I'll do. I personally disagree. The Electro Spirit, one of the best mustaches in Clash Royale. I would personally say E-Spirit is the best spirit in the game right now. That's just me. Seeing mostly B for E-Spirit. I think that's fair. We'll put E-Spirit in B. Next up, we got Electro Wizard. I'm seeing a lot of S tiers. I'm seeing a bunch of S tiers, yeah. My chat knows Clash Royale. My chat knows Clash Royale. You guys are some smart people. Psych. Next up, we have every mid-ladder player's favorite card, Elite Barbarian. All right, I'm seeing a lot of A's, a lot of B's as well. I'm seeing a lot of A's. Really? I'm seeing mostly A's. I'll put it at A. All right, next up, we have the Queen. F tier. Who says F tier? People don't know what you're talking about. Oh, the Queen is lit. I'm seeing mostly S for the Queen. I agree with that, yeah. All right, next up we have the Elixir Pump. They buffed the Elixir Pump. I don't know how I feel about the fact that they buffed the Elixir Pump. I'm seeing a lot of B's and a lot of C's. That's an improvement. It had pretty much always been either D or F tier. All right, I'm seeing mostly C's. Yeah, we're gonna do C's. We have the Elixir Golem. Executioner. Fire Spirit. Arrows. Fireball. Firecracker. I hate this card. We love fishing. Fishing is epic. A lot of people think Fisherman's A tier. Yes. Yeah. A tier is where the fish boy belongs. All right, now we got the Flying Machine. Another integral part. A fireball bait. Seen a lot of B's. That's fair. Now we have the Freeze. I'm seeing a lot of F tiers for Freeze. Come on, guys. Is it really? Okay, now I'm seeing a lot of C tier. A few A tier. Majority, though, I'm seeing C tier. All right, now we got Furnace. I think this one's going to be really polarizing. And mostly D tiers. Both in the mix, there's also some B tiers. Majority, I'm seeing D tier. Yeah, that's about right for the Furnace. Next up, we have the Giant. It's like the most basic tank. Seeing mostly B tiers. Yeah, Giant's like the most mid card. Next up, we have the Giant Skeleton. Right now, it has one of the highest win rates in the game over the past week or so. Despite its win rates, most of you still say C tier. C and B tier. C tier is cool for Giant Skeleton. It's better than F tier where it was. Next up, we got Giant Snowball. I'm seeing a lot of B's. I think B is cool. All right, next up, we have Goblin Barrel. How we feel about Goblin Barrel, guys? I'm seeing a lot of S tiers for Goblin Barrel. I'm seeing mostly S tier for Goblin Barrel. If that's what you all think. Next up, we have a baby dragon. Here he is. In the flesh. How we feeling about this baby dragon? A lot of B tiers. A lot of A tiers. I'm seeing mostly A's and B's. Chat, you have all done well. It's Goblin Cage hours. Yeah, I'm seeing mostly A's. A few S's in there. A few B's in there. But mostly A's. I absolutely love the cage. It's like the only building I use. All right, next up we have the no skill drill. We have a bunch of C's, a few S's, a few A's, some B's. I'm seeing mostly C's. Now I'm seeing mostly B's. I'm seeing mostly B's. I'll put it in B. We have the gang. Then we have Shrek, aka the Goblin Giant. Goblin Hut. Next up we have just the normal goblins. All right, next up we have Golem. Golem would be better if Night Witch was better. Seen mostly B tiers for Golem. I think that's fair. B tier is solid for Golem. We have Graveyard. I'm really curious as to where you all are going to rank the Graveyard. I'm seeing S's and A's for the most part. I think I'm seeing mostly S's for Graveyard, even when they nerfed it. All right, if that's what you all think, that's cool. Now we have guards. See a lot of A's for the guards. I think A is fair for guards. They're like Goblin Gang, but better. And they have a shield. All right, next up we got the Heal Spirit. The spirit that heals. Wow, I never would have guessed that from the name of the Heal Spirit, right? I see A's, B's, C's, D's, and F's. I see a lot of C's. I think C is a good spot for the Heal Spirit. Next up we have the Balloon. People say S. People really think S. See a lot of A's. I think A's. I would personally put Balloon in B, but I see a lot of A's, so I'll put it in the A tier. Hold on for this next one. Hog Rider! How was that?
That's pretty good.
But now how do we feel about the Hog Rider as a card? S tier. Really? S tier. Really? Wow. The chat has spoken. I think my Hog Rider impression was S plus tier. Hog Rider's S tier though, you know. All right, next up we have Hunter. All right, now we have the Ice Golem. Next up we have the Ice Spirit. All right, Ice Wizard. I love this card.
I beg your pardon?
It's time, chat. We got the Inferno Dragon. But generally, I think Inferno Dragon has the best star level in the entire game. I see a lot of S tiers for the Inferno Dragon. That's crazy. Inferno Dragon S? All right. Chat has spoken. This S tier is really weird looking. It's the weirdest S tier I've ever seen. All right, now we have the Inferno Tower. A lot of Bs. A lot of C's. I think B's fine. All right, next up we have Knight. 3 Elixir. Good stats for the cost, right? All right, I see mostly B's for the Knight. That's fine. I disagree with your ranking, but that's fine.
Okay.
Lava Hound now. The good old L Hound. L plus ratio Hound. How do we feel about the L plus ratio Hound? Chat hates the Lava Hound. Why do you all hate the Lava Hound? I see mostly C. That's fine. I would have put Lava Hound A. That's fine. All right, Lightning Spell now. I hate this card because I like using Archer Queen, and Lightning is very good at countering Archer Queen. How do we feel about the Lightning? I see a lot of B's. I see a lot of A's as well. I'll put it A. I think A is fair for the Lightning. Next up, we have Ella Bandit. Wow, Bandit S. I see we are people of culture.
Yes, sir.
I like that my chat likes the Bandit. Let's go. You all are epic right now. I like that you all like the Bandit. How we feel about the Lumberjack? A lot of B's for the Lumberjack. The B-Jack. That's cool. That's cool. Next up, Magic Archer. I think Magic Archer is cool. I see mostly B. I see B, S, and A, actually. Yeah, it's good because of its geometry. The most consistent letter I'm seeing is S. If chat thinks it's S tier, okay. All right, next up, my favorite champion, Skelly Homie. How do we feel about the Skeleton King, guys? A lot of S tier, a lot of A tier. It's about where I'd expect it to be. I see mostly S. I can vibe with that for sure. Now, this is the true favorite card of every single mid-ladder player. The Mega Knight. I know everyone loves the Mega Knight. Yeah, I expected to see a lot of S tiers. I also see a lot of B tiers. A lot of C tiers as well. People either love the Mega Knight or they hate the Mega Knight. There's absolutely no in between when it comes to the Mega Knight. I think the most consistent answer I see is B, so I'll put him in B. All right, next up we have the Mega Minion. I see a lot of A's. I see a whole lot of A's, yeah. Good job, chat. That's a good answer. That's a good answer. All right, now we have another card. We have another card that everyone seems to have a lot of opinions about. One particular opinion in particular. I just said in particular twice. How are we feeling about this? I see a lot of S tiers for the Miner. People either think the Miner is the best card in the game or that it's the worst card in the game. It's like the Mega Knight. There's no in between. How we feel about the Pancake Loving Man. By the way, waffles are better. If you disagree with me, then you are wrong. This is not an opinion. This is a fact. Shut up! Mini Pekka is a good tank killer, but even then it gets overshadowed by a lot of other things. All right, next up we have the Mortar. The better of the 2 siege cards, the other one shall not be named. Good Mortar players are some of the worst people to play against because they're gonna win. It doesn't matter the matchup, they're gonna win. I see a lot of B's for the Mortar. I can kind of agree somewhat. All right, next up we have this idiot looking stupid thing right here. A lot of people like this bozo.
Hello, bozo.
A lot of people saying D and F tier, a lot of people saying S and A tier. You know what? Since it's just a mixed jumbled mess of everything with the wizard, I'm just gonna put it C. That should appease most people. All right, next up we got Musketeer. How we feel about the Musketeer? A, she be bussin'. I agree with that. Musketeer do be bussin'. And next up we have my favorite card. I know she's not the greatest, but she is my favorite card. So please go easy on her, chat.
I don't think so, pal.
I see a lot of C tiers. In my heart, she's S tier. Otherwise, she is about C tier. All right, next up we have the mother of all Clash Royale cards, the Mama Pekka. How do we feel about the Mama Pekka? A lot of people are probably going to say S or A for the Pekka. Definitely a lot of A's. I see a lot of A's and a lot of S's for the Pekka. Consistently, I'm actually seeing a lot more S's. I would personally put Pekka B tier. That's just me though. All right, next up we have the Poison Spell.
Boom.
All right, next up we have the Mustache Goatee Man.
Bam.
All right, then we have the Princess.
Bop.
D or C, she's hot though. All right, next up we have the Rage spell. A lot of people are saying B tier. Why? Okay, that's fine. All right, next up we have Ram Reezy. Have you ever noticed the detail of the saliva on the ram? Look at all that detail they added there. They didn't have to do all that. C for Ram Rider? Are you all serious? This is fine. This is fine. This is fine. This is fine.
Help me.
Barbarian hut. We all agree that the barb hut sucks. Consistently, I see most F tiers. I agree. All right. Next up, 3 Musketeers. Previously, I pretty much always put it in like C or below. I still see a lot of C's and D's. Next up, we have the Rocket. When I see this card, I just know I'm going to be in for a long match because it's going to be some sort of cycle deck. And they're just going to end up Rocket cycling me. And it just makes me upset. It just makes me really upset. Consistently, I see mostly B tier. Yeah, that's about right. All right, next up, we have the Royal Bonk. Very good, very wide radius. Does a lot of damage. Spawns a Royal Recruit. I see a lot of A tiers. That's surprising. Chat's being cool today. Okay. A tier. How we feel about the Royal Genshin Impact now. A lot of B's. All right, that's cool. All right, then we have everyone's favorite Larry. How we feeling about Larry? S tier. Chat is very based. W chat. Big W. All right, next up we have the Piggies. How we feel about them Piggies? A lot of A. All right, that's cool. A tier. All right, next up we have the Recruits, the 7 Elixir Menaces that just cover the whole arena. Consistently, I see a lot of B's for Royal Recruits. That's chill. That's about where I'd put them too. All right, next up we have the Larry Army.
Boom.
Then we got the Tornado.
Bam.
The Royal Ghost.
Bop.
All right, then we have the Skeleton Barrel.
Bada bop.
Just so you guys know, I'm going to post this tier list on Twitter after. And all the pro players are going to rip this apart. All right, Skeleton Dragons. I think they're a bit underrated. Consistently, I'm seeing most of the time C. I don't mind that one. That's not terrible. The Barbarians. Consistently, I'm seeing a lot of D tiers for Barbarians. How do we feel about the Sparky? Commonly known as the trash can on wheels.
Come on now, dog.
Sparky's a weird little girl. That sounded weird. Okay, I'm going to stop talking. Yeah, Sparky does get countered easily by anything that stuns. Consistently, I'm seeing mostly Bs. Okay, that's fine. I don't mind that. What do we think about the Tesla? I see mostly A's for Tesla. Put Tesla in A. All right, then we have the log. We should be able to all agree where the log goes. Good job. Now we have Tombstone. I see a lot of B tiers. Okay, that's cool. Now we have the Valkyrie. I'll do a poll for this one. Yeah, A is winning. I'll put Valkyrie at A then. We got the Wall Breakers. All right. I see a lot of A tiers for Wall Breakers. Consistently, I see mostly A tier. Mostly C's is what I'm seeing. C tier, I'd put the Witch at D. Maybe bottom of C tier. Maybe, I think C tier might be fair. All right, next up we have Bats. I'm seeing a lot of S. All right then, we'll put the Bats at S. What do we think about the Expo? Consistently, I'm seeing mostly Fs. I've taught you all well. I have taught you all well. But anyway, that's going to be it for today's video. If you guys did enjoy, please be sure to leave a like down below. I will greatly appreciate it. And also, if you're new to the channel, you might as well subscribe. I make tons of Clash Royale content that you're sure to enjoy. I'd greatly appreciate it if you would subscribe. But anyway, this is SolarFury signing off. Peace out, guys. Have a nice day.